Hey, I'm Glenn Allen, the go-to CMO of digital course launches, elevating your online authority and building an email list. And today I want to show you how to create a proprietary process, or as I like to call it, a secret sauce. A secret sauce is going to help you sell your offers with clarity. It's going to elevate your overall brand and perceived value, and it's going to help eliminate competition because only you can have your proprietary process. So I'm going to show you how I did this with 3 different online businesses. Check this out, and then you're gonna have an opportunity to see how you can do this for yourself. So first I want to talk to you about what is great about having your own proprietary process. You see, in a crowded online niche or industry, there could be many people who do what you do and know some of the things that you know. While you might have your own unique spin on those things, it's really not going to be evident to people until you create a proprietary process that lays out the formula, the process, the playbook, the system. You get the picture, that only you can have, right? Like there are so many people who are financial gurus, but only Dave Ramsey has the 7 baby steps that help people to get out of debt, save money, and build wealth. So he is able to edge out and differentiate himself from his competition. It's all about positioning and differentiating, showing how you're different or better. And that way, nobody else can compare because nobody else can say, yes, well, my 7 baby steps are better. Only he has that process. And so that's what you want to develop. And when you do that, it makes a big impact on your perceived value of what you're offering, because now you have this kind of sizzle, this marketing special sauce that just has, that sizzle. And it's a lot different than when you say, my 7-step get out of debt process, or my 7-step, financial well-being process. Like that's boring, and anybody could have that. And so that little bit of sizzle, it's a nice element of branding. You could, if you want, get that trademarked, and it's yours. Nobody else can ever take it. What's also great about this is it makes it so much easier to sell. As I said, clarity sells, confusion repels. When you've got, the 3-step framework for XYZ results, it's really easy to say, hey, step 1 is this, step 2 is that, and step 3 is this. And this is how I get your results. You don't have to give an overcomplicated explanation of what the benefits are of your offers. And you'll see that in the examples that I'm about to show you. So let's dive in. One of the first proprietary processes or special sauce methods that I created with one of my clients was for Sarah Tang. She's a sex coach in Hong Kong who's dealing with a very sexually repressed society, and intimacy is a little bit of a taboo subject there. And so she had to treat the subject very delicately and find a way of communicating how she gets people results in a way that is very simple. And so when I asked her to talk me through what the course was and what happens throughout it and how she gets people there, we didn't have to do a whole lot of creative, we didn't have to come up with any kind of clever acronym or anything like that. It was as simple as just laying out what the steps were and then showing how the result comes into play. So check this out. So it's as simple as educating people, teaching them how to explore, teaching them how to communicate with their loved ones, and then enjoying their love life. So it's just giving them some sex education, teaching them to explore their bodies, teaching them to communicate, enjoy, explore, educate, explore, communicate. It's very simple, and anybody can grasp at a glance what they're going to do in this course. It makes it so much easier to sell, and only she has this very process. Then I worked with Tanya Neufeld, who used to work for Facebook as an ads strategist, and she went off on her own to teach entrepreneurs how to get clients and leads and build their email list with ads. When she came to me with her Clients Like Clockwork program, she had a difficult time really conveying in a simple step-by-step way how best to learn the ads platform and get the result that you wanted. And so what we did was I looked at the course, I helped her see some of the things that beginners would be thinking and maybe she wouldn't necessarily think about because she's been in the platform ads manager for a long time. So we got rid of this 5-step process that was very kind of jargony and unclear, with refine marketing foundations and navigate ads manager, launch list building ads, optimize and test, and create your ad system. And it wasn't simply repeatable. After we rearranged the course a little bit and really distilled down what those results are, here's what we came up with. Number 1, brand, creating a story that sells. 2, ads, let Facebook ads do the work. There's a benefit right there. Nurture, relationships with new leads. Sell, serve, and close gently. Close the sale. 5, grow. Plan next steps with the funnel. And then I just mocked up a simple graphic. She sent it to her designer, and boom, there you have it. This is on her sales page. It makes it really easy to see how people get from where they are to where they want to be. And that launch we worked on ended up being her first 5-figure launch, with others to come. Then I worked with Michelle Sabelchek-Patnato, a sound engineer who worked on live concerts for the Grammys, Saturday Night Live, Coachella, and artists like Gwen Stefani, Mr. Big, Styx, and Janet Jackson. And when she was telling me about how she runs people through this course, she told me, well, first they're going to listen to a bunch of ear training exercises to learn how to hear frequencies. So the next part was they were going to learn how to identify what they are hearing, meaning naming the very frequencies. And, frequencies are kind of a very sciencey kind of thing, like 50 hertz and, 5 kilohertz and things like that. And the audience was not sound engineers. It was songwriters who maybe didn't have a sound engineering background, and so it couldn't be too technical or be confusing to them. She had the challenge of really making it simplified and saying, instead of using all these terms, which she does teach, she gave people a process, which when I heard it, I was like, okay, what you're doing is that they're hearing it, they're identifying it, and they're tweaking it, HIT. If you want to make music that sounds like a hit, professional level music, it's the HIT production process. And now, whenever she goes on a podcast or she's guest blogging or anything like that, it's really easy for her to simply say, yes, so basically I'm going to run you through the hit production process. You're going to learn to hear, identify, and tweak frequencies to make your music sound like a hit. After doing this work on her sales page and in her marketing and making this messaging and positioning very clear and adding this graphic, she had a very successful sequence of launches. Her first launch before we worked together was, I think, a mere $1,000. After that, we did some affiliate launching to the tune of around $18,000, and she's relaunched and continued to grow her business and scale. Now, if you're interested in results like these, you've got a few options. You could work with me. I do occasionally work with other course creators to help them position, market, and launch their digital courses and their online businesses. Another route is I do have the Proprietary Process Planner, which is a way of brainstorming the outline of either your coaching program or your course by creating your own secret sauce proprietary process. You can get that at theglenallenshow.com/PPP.